Warning.
The following podcast has been rated B for bullshit.
In the minds of two brothers is a field full of dreams, wonder and joy.
Fuck it. It just contains strong language and humour towards dumb, stupid idiots and a fuckload of bullshit.
Hello everybody and welcome to Two Brothers Talk Bullshit. Once again it is me, Adam, on my own because the little brother Luke has gone to work again. The annoying part is I work early mornings and he decides to work, well, it's not really his decision, it's his work's decision, decides to give him jobs from 4 to 11 while I get home at 3, so it only gives us an hour break, but in between that time I've got to walk the dog, have some actual lunch of my own, and then get everything sorted for the house. So that gives us no time to do anything, but hopefully we will have something soon coming up. In the meantime, I'm going to do this one on my own. So there you go. We're going to do the top 10 news feeds for the day. I've decided that regular news is a bit, well, it's not uninteresting. There's always shit going on, but it's not what you guys want to hear. So I'm going to do the top 10 news for geeks, basically, and gaming and things in general. Okay, here we go. WildStar is going free to play. Rare has shown off an unreleased Conquer game. It's only concept art though, but it did look promising. PlayStation 4 update 3.0 has going live soon. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 full download is just 4.6 gigabytes apparently. Riot Games is working on a new mystery project. This will be interesting considering they're known for League of Legends, so it'll be interesting to see which genre they go into or if they stick to where they're going. What else have we got? I've got here Project Spark going fully free because obviously it didn't kick off the way they wanted it to, and it hasn't been as amazing as they initially thought, I'm guessing. Mad Max may potentially get a sequel. I don't see why it shouldn't. The first one was really, really good. Well, not the first one, the reboot was really, really good. And what else? Apparently South Park have an unreleased video game, so there you go. So that's all the news for today that I can possibly find and interesting. It's interesting, like I said, to see where Riot Games goes with this. League of Legends is quite a fun game. I did get into it a lot when I was about two or 3 years ago, and then I sort of just died off it because I found it uninteresting in the end. And like me, I get, like many people, I get bored very easily of stuff. So to keep me entertained, and other things sort of came up. I met my missus. I had to have a social life then, so there you go. What have we got? Oh yeah, I watched Raw last night. Well, I didn't actually watch it last night because it was at 2 o'clock in the morning, so I was very much asleep. Got up at 5:30, so I watched some of it and then eventually got around to watching it very quickly. As the day went by. Work's not supposed to know about that, so shh. What else happened? Next, oh yeah, kick things off. It was John Cena kicking off the show this time, not The Authority, not Seth Rollins, and not Kane. So there you go. I did speculate that he would bring back the US Open Challenge, and there was a big massive thing going on Twitter about Heath Slater Appreciation Day. She would have thought WWE, being that they are, would jump on the bandwagon, but no, because they're all stupid idiots and decide not to listen to the fans. They went with the New Day coming out, which I'm not really bad about because of the fact that they are just plain awesome. Apparently I know they did. They played John Cena's theme song on the trombone, which was really entertaining actually. And in the end, it was Xavier was the answer to the challenge. The match went on, so on and so forth. Classic back and forth match. It wasn't an amazing match compared to the US challenges, but there you go. Eventually, the New Day came in and caused a disqualification before Woods could get pinned, and which led to the Dudley Boys coming out. Well, hey, we're going to come and revolutionise the tag team. But it's always the same old shit, as they say. This led to the commercial break, where followed by a classic 6-man tag team match. The match was good, don't get me wrong. It was good to see the Dudley Boys team with John Cena again. I don't even remember a time when they actually, I don't even know if they teamed together, to be brutally honest. I have to look at that one and see what they did. This led to John Cena and Dudley Boys. Oh no, it didn't. It led to the New Day winning. That's it. So we'll see where that went. Unexpectedly, you would have thought the Dudley Boys and John Cena pick up the victory, but I suppose the New Day need the win to push the momentum going forward for Saturday when they face the Dudley Boys at the Madison Square Garden live event on the WWE Network for $9.99. So we'll see how that goes. I can imagine a New Day may retain. I don't think they'll do a title change at a live event, but it's WWE, so you never know. This led on to a backstage promo with Triple H talking with some lady called Ashley from Human Resources, with Stephanie McMahon there as well. The storyline with this is intriguing, but for a 2015, it's a little bit dated. The idea is that Kane comes in anonymous about what he's done, and apparently he's had a complaint against him for unprofessional behaviour because the authority didn't know that Demon Kane was in the ring and all that malarkey. Just for today's day and age, you think people will take it? People aren't going to take it seriously. 1999, etc. It was cool, it was fun, but now it's reality. Like, why? If you're going to do a split personality, don't do it Demon. Why call it Demon Kane? It just frustrates me, annoys me more than anything. So basically, Kane is put on notice saying that he's having I've forgotten where I was now. Performance evaluation. That's what I was looking for. It's in my notes somewhere. But this is unedited and unfiltered, so there we go. We all do fuck up sometimes. So he had a performance review evaluation because Seth Rollins complained against him because of what happened last week about getting dragged into the ring, etc. It makes you imagine how long Kane was actually there for and how he even got there. So there you go. The main event for tonight is Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns, 1-on-1, no interference apparently, but we'll see how that goes. Randy Orton has informed Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose after a little chat that he'll have their corner, but after tonight he will have his revenge for the random attack that happened a few weeks ago. So there you go. This leads to the classic 1998 match between Big Show and Mark Henry. It's just shocking that they can't come up with anything fresh and they have to go backwards to the old days where, let's put Big Show with, because he's facing Brock Lesnar, let's put Big Show with someone who can squash and who's a strong man. So Mark Henry, was dominant in 2011 and stuff, but obviously due to injuries they've had to die down his wrestling role and what he can do. I'm yawning now, this is not good. Oh, bloody hell. This isn't good podcasting, is it? Oh dear me, I'm so tired. So anyway, back to reality, and yeah, this match has happened so many times. It's always the same thing. It was a squash match to put Big Show over, so there you go. What happened next? It would be a case of the Big Show won, and he's the greatest. Up next is Miz TV featuring the Divas Revolution. I'm doing this in quotation marks because it's not really revolution, it's just WWE fucking up things as usual. Becky Lynch and Charlotte came out, and then this led to a bit of chatter. Paige came back out and said that she revolutionised the Divas and started it all by winning the NXT title. In reality, NXT, yes, you can understand that she did revolutionise it, but that's aimed towards the hardcore fans, whereas this is a PG product, and in reality, they just need to get rid of people and focus on one-on-ones and maybe have some side stories and stuff like that. It's just too many things going on at once to make you even remotely care. The same people out every day. The one thing I did like about this was that when the Bellas eventually came out, and they did come out with Alicia Fox, Paige actually commented saying that obviously they're dating John Cena and Daniel Bryan, but I don't think she mentioned it in past. No, she didn't mention it in passing. She just said, "Who needs ambition when you have two boyfriends like theirs?" So that's a little cheeky wink at saying that they basically unbeatable since they're dating those two. Brie Bella not so much, but Nikki Bella is basically untouchable due to dating John Cena, who will whinge and moan until he gets his way because he is the number one guy. This led to an impromptu tag team match between all three PCB versus the Bella Twins. So Paige, it makes you wonder whether or not Paige is going to be sticking with them. Obviously she doesn't. She ends up doing various other things and leaves. She leaves the ring and then basically goes to the back, and all of a sudden Natalya comes out, which made me wonder, okay, so they now decided to make a rule where you can automatically switch a partner halfway through a match. So someone better inform the New Day of this, because I think they should really know. Paige then came out and didn't like it, so she threw Natalya off the ring, and Nikki takes advantage and pins Charlotte. So that makes obviously Nikki Bella a contender for the title, which probably will happen either at a live event or Hell in a Cell, because obviously the rematch will happen. Cole likes to hype up those in a big show for some reason. Seth Rollins then comes back and talks to Ashley from HR when Kane walks in. Rollins then basically says he can't. Kane is unstable and can't do anything. This leads to Primetime Players versus the Wyatt family, Luke Harper and Braun Strowman. Got his name right this time. Bit of a squash again. It's a shame how far the Primetime Players have fallen in terms of match quality. They were tag team champions not long ago, and now they're being squashed to the likes of Harper and Braun. But you got to put over the big guy, 6'8" and 300 and something pounds of pure muscle. So he does his little choke for the win. I like that they don't tap and they actually choke out, which is cool. Which then leads on to another match, which surprised me, because normally they have a match promo. Neville versus Stardust again. Potential with these two guys, but they are clearly creative, have no idea what they're doing with them. They sort of rush ahead and go along with it. Standard match really. The crowd is still chanting for Cody, which is Stardust, if you don't know. Eventually King Barrett comes back. Woo, King Barrett. Should be Bad News Barrett or back to Wade Barrett, but hey ho. And shoves Neville into a bullhammer for disqualification. So there you go. He stands over Stardust for some reason and helps him up, even though Stardust was the one that took him out. So that quickly changes hands and boom, a bullhammer into the face. So there you go. Barrett demands the bike. The bike? Why was he on a bike? Unless he wants to cycle around the ring, just show off his skills. He demands a mic and says, "All hail King Barrett" to leave. There you go. Back from the break, we go back to backstage, and Ashley from HR is now in the ring with Kane's performance evaluation. So there you go. Rollins comes out and says her report is biased, even though he hasn't read it yet. But the things take a change. Kane comes out. Kane comes out. Next thing you know, they show each other videos of why they're bad, and then Ashley claims that Kane is perfectly fine, there's nothing wrong with him, but Seth Rollins is the one that's mentally unstable and needs to get help. This causes Seth Rollins to go mental, attack Kane and sort him out, injure his leg, basically break his ankle and send him off again, which was really odd. So Kane gets taken back into an ambulance. All of a sudden the lights change and Demon Kane appears. Perfectly fine, nothing wrong with him, so there you go, and takes out Seth Rollins. This was actually quite interesting. He got a bit of a pop, which is surprising considering the crowd's been dead, which I did find out that it was due to a technical error of they didn't show any of the footage on the Titantron, so the crowd couldn't fucking see the fucking show anyway. So there you go, another idiocy on WWE's part. So Kane versus Rollins is pretty much set for the next pay-per-view. Whether or not it'll be a Hell in a Cell match is a different story, so we'll see what happens. Reigns versus Wyatt still to come. It should be good. Wyatt does his usual creepy promo, which is pretty sweet. Tells Reigns to run, and then blah blah blah, cut to commercial. Bo Dallas versus Randy Orton next. I say it's Orton because it's the same old shit, and I don't know why they're even remotely doing this match, purely just to put them on the show. It should all be storyline related. Why can't it be storyline related and just throwing random shit together? It's frustrating. So Randy Orton wins quickly with an RKO, end of, that's it, over. Then we find out it's actually going to be Kevin Owens versus Rusev. This would have been good if it was hyped earlier in the show, but it wasn't, so it's sort of impromptu. This match could be potentially good. So things go back and forth, back and forth. The match is good, but obviously the two opponents are, well, they're two nemesises. Nemesises? It's not even a word. Ryback and Ziggler appear and take each other out. This leads to Ziggler and Ryback standing tall, so there you go. Paul Heyman is back, yes, without Brock Lesnar, but who needs him because he is the best talker in the business. Heyman talks about how Big Show is bored and nobody can take him to his limits, but but this Saturday night someone will take him to limits. You can understand that because he's made up as a giant, but he's lost so many times and basically everyone's had enough of him. Big Show then tries to be funny and says he's going to eat, sleep, beat Brock Lesnar at MSG, repeat. Heyman has enough and steps out of the ring because it's just pure embarrassment, I would say. There you go. Followed by the main event time, Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. Roman comes through the crowd first, followed by Bray Wyatt with Luke Harper and Strowman. Reigns takes a mic and he's upset that Wyatt has bought both of them. There you go. Reigns asks if they respect Wyatt as a man or a leader because it looks like he's just a little bitch. There you go. Wyatt whispers something to the guys and they go back to the back. So this is now a prop-on match. Now here we go. Things go back and forth, back and forth. It was a very good match that goes basically out of hand and can't be controlled. They both go to the outside, beat each other up, which causes a double count out. Reigns then leaps over the barrier and nails Wyatt as he tries to retreat. They fight through the crowd in the production area and among the fans. The brawl continues and Wyatt launches a tech worker at Reigns, which is uncalled for because you don't normally see those guys in the background, which was pretty good. Wyatt charges and crashes through part of the barricade with Reigns to some holy shit chants, but it wasn't that great. Would have been a better crowd. It would have been better if it was like the standard WWE mega arenas that get the crowds going. Wyatt stands on top of the announce table and holds his arms out in victory, but Reigns comes from behind and spears him through the table. A massive yes chant starts up and both of them are laid out and the crowd, well, basically Raw goes off the air with that. So the crowd leaves happy. There seems some violence. It's just a shame that they popped at the end. That was Raw. Nothing interesting. No Cesaro. No displaying of really anything in particular. They didn't continue this John Cena Open Challenge like throughout. They should have continued storylines throughout the show to make it more interesting and get you into it. It was pretty boring, to be brutally honest. I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep. So at the end it's probably another 5 out of 10. It wasn't great. The ending was really good, but same old shit. They need to sort it out. I mean, they've got a WWE Network, for Christ's sake. What's to stop them making a show every now and again, like NXT just for cruiserweights? Why can't they do that? It's ridiculous. It makes me annoyed. But I'll talk more about that at some point later. Until then, it's been Adam from Two Brothers Talk Bullshit. Follow, subscribe, laugh, cry, shout at us. I don't mind, whatever you pick. Peace out, guys. See you later. Have fun.